Hi guys, um, I welcome everyone to my YouTube because this is the first video I'll be producing, and like I promised that I'll be giving you guys some insight about smart money concept and weekly review and the rest. So I welcome you guys first of all, and secondly, uh, I want us to take this very serious. And for those of us that are yet to subscribe, I would like you guys to subscribe so you won't be missing out the new content, and also like and share the videos for your loved ones. So before I even talk about smart money concept, or before I even talk about what I have for you guys, or before I even say anything, I would like to say some parts about my experience in this journey so far. And I'm very sure if you've ever been, you know, you've ever been motivated by someone close to you about this forex so far, or it has gotten to one point in time that you're fed up, or you want to give up. You get? So I'd like to tell you a short story. Yeah, I started forex around, let me say, 2 years ago, and what I actually want to talk about is about forex and investment generally. They are two different things. You get? So when I started forex, then started trading support and resistance, trend line, smart money. But actually, I have experience for most of all these basic concepts, both the trend line, both even indicators, but Elliott wave. Like I studied those stuff for real, that I was using them back to back then. So young boys now, once they that's the mistake most people actually make when they just started this forex. You understand? So young boys now want to feel belong. Like once you start trading forex, then in the next 1 month, 2 months, already buying big stuff. You understand? Feeling big. You get all of those things. So I actually got myself involved in some mess, some real shit that hmm, it was very deep, but I just like to talk little, or let me say just the surface of what I've experienced during my time, because I I took investment then, and it was really, you know. So then when I started forex and I was trading, at least I was doing fine to some extent, even with the retail logics and the rest. So I was doing great. We got to a point, there was no funds to actually trade, and then we do think that we actually need a big fund to be profitable in forex or to even make money, whereas that's actually a big lie. Because if you don't know how to manage a big account, I'm sorry, if you don't know how to manage a small account, then definitely you mess up the big one. That's just it. So I started investment then, and I was how much I was giving uh was it 20%? 20% monthly. Do you get? But one thing about me then is actually I did not trade those money myself. And if I did, that means just few percentage of the money. So most of the money I was investing them in other stores online. Do you get now? You know all of that. I know you guys actually understand what I'm trying to say. So then I'll get money from different people. Then I'll go online. I'll put the money on online investment there. Those they were giving me as maybe it was 30%. So I'll deliver 20% and the remaining 10% will be mine. Do you understand? So I was trading too, but the bulk of the money are being invested in other stores online. So that I was doing that fine, fine, fine. It got to a point, you know, those online investments they crashed. That's the term what people use. Do you understand? Crashed. But it's more or less like they ran away with the money to me. But majorly people will say they crashed. So let me follow them. Like they crashed. Then hmm, everything was not going fine again. People really want to listen to you. And how many people do you even want to explain to that you're not actually trading the money, or you're giving the money to some online firm to trade for you, and you are giving them some percentage? You understand? Most of them will actually think you are the trader. Do you understand? Stuff like that. And you too, you wouldn't want to tell them that because of the kind of person you are, or you want them to know that you are a genius in this game, stuff like that. So I was facing many shit. Like I'm talking about millions of naira, like a lot, to be honest. So it's not easy. So it's not so easy. But then one thing is, if anything ever happened to you, you have to think of how you get out of that mess, because that was a serious one to me. Because that was, how am I going to say, it's more or less like the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Like you are holding people, a lot of people, like 20, 30 people money. You know how it feels. This one will ask it today, so will ask it tomorrow. At some point, you have to tell them that okay, you lost the money and you pay them back. All of those things. Ah, so it was not it was not easy during that period. It was not easy. But one thing is, I knew then that if I really want to pay these people money back, then we have to focus on trading, because I asked myself a question: even if I drop trading at that particular point, how or which job would I even get that will fetch me so much money such that I'll return all of those people I'm owing, then still have money with me? I realized that in this country, I don't think there's any other option than just have to better yourself trading this forex market, or any other market that you know you can generate money from, like the synthetic, which is volatility 75, volatility 100, and the likes. So, okay, I was not like, okay, I'll keep trading. Do you guys? I'll keep trading, and then I'll look for a strategy that I can learn, that we know that okay, this is high profitable, then I will know how to get money. Do you understand? To trade and get myself out of the mess. The money was huge actually to me then. So what I did is I went online, I was learning back to back, I was not sleeping. I was, when you, I was really, really, then at times I was so depressed that I don't even know what to do again. But one thing is, there's nothing in this life that can actually make me feel like killing myself. Yeah, I believe that. Because I always feel like, if I still have my life, I'm the kind of person I am. I'll get myself out of anything. I mean, you get stuff like that. So I was trading. At times, I had to leave where I was living to stay with my friend for more than a year because people already know that place, and once they come there, it's another violence, all of those things. So I had to leave. I was living with my friend throughout the pandemic, and at the same time, I was learning very, very hard. I was learning hard. Okay, that was not the end. Fine. Then I was in a debt, a big one. What happened next again? During my process, those that actually did not even know that I'm actually in debt because there's a way I actually spoke to my investors. Some of them, they calmed down, while some human beings are not equal now. Some would not even want to listen. Some were even threatening to kill me, all of those things. So so I met someone online too. Not really on, I think it's online, through a friend of mine. So that one was like, he wants to give me an account management. So he gave me that account then, stress and all of those things. I blew the account, I messed it up. So meanwhile, this account this guy gave me, I thought the account was for him, generally. Meanwhile, he was also running an investment. So he gave me those people's money, to trade for him then, which I lost. Okay. After that, he gave me some other money. Before he now opened up to me at some point that those money are investors' money, and he gave me money like almost like three times. Some I gave some to some of my investors, and I lost some and all of those things. So then I now have like debt from different angle for my own personal investors. You understand? My own personal business and the other person. So it was really, really huge. Then we got to the station, we did all of those things. Okay. But one thing is, you can't compare investment and trader. Do you understand? Because some people, if you're actually running an investment and maybe at the end, you, what am I going to say? Maybe in the investment crash, just like to do say. Some people believe that for the investments to crash, it actually means the trader does not know how to trade. That is a big lie. In fact, that is a big lie. There's one spirit in money. Yeah, there's one. If you think this is actually a lie, you can start taking investment as soon as you're profitable trading in forex. Then you realize what I'm trying to say. You can take investment. Then, if you're talking about investment, maybe just you know an official one, a legal one, not investment that the investors are expecting you to deliver 20%, 30%, 50% in short period, like a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. That's ridiculous, actually. So that's very, very ridiculous. So that kind of stuff, it won't last. Yeah, it won't. And believe me, I've been there before, and that's just the fact. It will never last. So, and that does not mean you don't actually know how to trade. Do you get? So then, when my own personal investor will keep disturbing me about their funds, this other guy that gave him money to will keep disturbing me that his own people too are actually disturbing him. So I was in big one. It's not like times two of what I'm personally facing. I'm just trying to, say all of these things so you know that this forex, you just need to keep trading. At the end, you will be fine. And not just ordinary fine. You will be fine more than you ever expected in life. So then, me, I had it in mind that once I make money, I would return everybody's capital. And I told them, I told my investors, I told the other guy. So I kept trading back to back. At some point, I met ICT. I had to start learning ICT because I feel like, wow, this is a great chance, and this is more or less like you want to study the whole charts, the whole candlesticks, and the likes. When you are trading before, when you are trading just retail, you, and you meet ICT or institutional concept, then you realize the difference, like very very obvious, because the ICT concept is more or less like teaching you everything you need about trading, about the candlesticks, time and price, the liquidity, and the likes. Because once you start learning ICT concepts, you realize that you understand how the market moves. So it now depends on you to pick or to select which aspect you want to focus on, which I decide to pick the liquidity aspect, which is daily highs and lows and a lot. But not only that, I use 80% of ICT concept and some advanced supply and demand. Yeah, let me say advanced. I use wake off, yeah, but I don't really use support and resistance. But I use them at times, but not often. But what I basically use is ST concept, supply and demand, wake off. That's all. You understand? So got to a point and started making big profits. Like wow. So as soon as I start making profits, I'll be telling you that all of the money, all of the debt and everything I got myself in, I settled everything in a period of 3 months. And that's for real. Both the other guys and my own personal investors, I settled everybody in the period of 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah, I did that and I was proud of myself. Even after I settled everyone, I still had enough with me. Understand? I took some risks then too, but that's personal to me as a person. But what I just want you to know in all of these things is, for people thinking forex you can't make money through forex, that is a lie. I settled a debt of multi-million naira with this, and I'm living my life on this now. I don't even have any other business aside forex for now or for real. So I just want you to know that as far as you are learning the right thing and you're in the right path, you'll be fine trading forex. And what concept do I use? I use ICT concept and supply and demand. Advanced supply and demand, not just supply and demand, drop base, drop, and these are the basics. I use advanced supply and demand coupled with liquidity concept. My own personally, more or less like what I discovered is what I learned, but with some refinement you get. So I hope this story will be able to, change your mind and put your mind at rest that the only thing you need is hard work. Because I will not lie for you, there are times that I don't actually sleep, no family, no friends, no nothing. I just wake up, study, work hard, and before everything happened, like a magic. It was not a magic, it was hard work. That's just the fact. It was never a magic, it was hard work, but it will happen as magic. So I was not like, so if I stopped trading then, that because I had millions of naira I'm owing people, and eventually I stopped trading. I'm very sure I will still be in that mess till today. Yeah, because where would I get such money? And I used to feel like in my story, oh, since I have been, aware of all of these investments, crash, and everything, I've been the first person that will ever see that, okay, you run an investment, got crashed, and you promised to return everyone's capital, and you did. Yeah, I'm still the first person that will ever do this. That I don't know if you know of anyone who have ever done that before, but so far so good. I've been trading forex and I've been exposed to all of those things. I am actually the first person that will ever do that. Yeah, that investment got crashed and I paid 100% of their capital back, even if it took a lot of time and patience. I paid all. So I still have that at the back of my mind and my story that I did that just because I feel I can do it. Yeah, people, I can actually get the money and I can get myself off this state, and no one will actually know where I am or where I'm actually living. But I don't want to do that because I have art, a human being art, not animal. So that's the end of the story. That's just the end of the story. So we'll go into why we are here. I I'm not going to show maybe any concept today. I've explained to you what I do, the concept I use, how I use them. As much as you're on this channel and you keep yourself updated with my content, you get to know how I analyze the market and how I make use of liquidity and what's liquidity, order flow, and structures. Yeah, that's the basic, like the major thing: liquidity, order flow, and structure of the higher time frame. So I'll just use this medium, to go on weekly review and what I'll be looking at the next week. I don't actually have much on my watch list because I only trade Euro USD, pound, gold, and at times I trade the commodity US 30, Nasdaq, and also crypto, which is BTC. And I use DXY to get the direction or as a confluence anyway to my EU, GU, and gold. Yes, most less like a confluence to everything, even both BTC, Nasdaq, US 30. There's a way you can use DXY as confluence. So that is why I have DXY above here, and I have what I actually look at the three majors: EU, GU, and gold. Then Nasdaq, US 30, and BTC. You get. So as long as you are here, you know how I see liquidity concept, and sorry about that. So let's first start from gold. Okay, gold or EU. I just want to check my network is still okay. Yeah, my network is still intact. Okay, let's do like this. I'll let me. I don't want to stop. I don't want to scatter my uh annotations. So I would like to pick from EU from another broker, a fresh one, USD, FXTM. Okay, this is not the one I'm using, so let me remove the drawing. Well, we don't really have much drawing there. So from the monthly time frame, yes, obviously we can see that Euro USD look bearish. Yes, if you look at the general trend, we can see highs, lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, then lower low, right? Lower highs, well, there's no lower low yet, right? So because we are on bearish doesn't mean on the higher time frame, which is multi time frame, does not mean we neglect structure, because if we are going to turn bullish back, we'll start from somewhere. Right? Good. So from the monthly time frame, let's see what happened there. If you look at there, what happened there? We have a liquidity being taken out on the monthly time frame. This is not retail traders liquidity. Do you understand? So these are the big pockets, the deep pockets. So we have a high, a low form here. Then all of this kind of like breaking market structure. You might still be breaking market structure. And here again, for me, where I choose, if this is my other block, right, then the 50% of the other block will be what? A demand. Do you understand? And what happened here? Not just a demand. We have market run into what? The last pull after what? Liquidity was taken. Yeah. So we have a move here too. But before then, what happened? We have all of these lows being taken out, right? The market traded above all of this high, right? Then after that, we have what? Another bearish order block here, right? More or less like, let me take as a box. So, and if you look at this, we are still in what? If you are considering from here to here, we are still in what? In premium. Yeah, it's one thing you sell high and you buy low. Do you understand? So if you are in premium, anything above 50%, you look for possible sell. And anything below 50%, you look for what? Possible buy. That's like discount, because they always take market, smart money, the banks, they always take market back to what? 50% before another impulse, or before they buy again or sell again. So this is on the monthly time frame. Then when you switch towards the weekly time frame, the first thing that is very obvious here is like a liquidity pool. I seen above all of this, right? So that means you can still be looking for sales, because we are still not 50% of this last impulse, right? And no new high was formed. So let's just talk about the current price action, which is we'll be considering this and this, but majorly we're focusing on this, right? We will move to daily time frame. Sorry, let me remove this first. we move to daily time frame, the price action on daily time frame is actually what I'm interested in. Yeah. So when I look at this, like, okay, if if truly we are really going down, and why we are still going down, because we are yet to come back to 50% of this leg, and we are still in what? Premium. That means we are looking for possible sales from here, right? But if you look at this is a high, this is a low, this is another low, right? And this is another high which is lower to this, and there the high is actually from this after taking liquidity above this candle, right? So now here comes the logic, because we are now, if we are considering the higher time frame, which is the monthly and weekly, we are still in premium. But now we are in daily time frame. What do we do? What do you see here? uh this, all of these highs, they are IBDA highs, and if we'll be going low, there is possibility, if we'll be actually going lower than this low, and if we are breaking this low, there is possibility the smart money will take market back to what? They take the market back to what? To premium before they push lower. Yes, that's what they want to do. That is what the smart money want to do. And this will now become the high, low, lower high, lower low, and they will take this back to like 50% of this, or at this premium candle. Then this will now form the lower high and the lower low to clear all of these lows. That's what I'm seeing on EURUSD currently. So, and if you look at the current price action here, current price action, if you zoom in, more or less like, wow, this is a liquidity zone, say I. This is a liquidity zone with I. But here, it's more or less like we use this candle to violate this I. Let me use my magnet, and then this, then this. Okay. Um, the high of this candle comes in 1.19, 1.19087, right? And the high of this candle 1.19091. Can you see? So they actually took this high in another way, maybe like a BMS, but that is not a BMS for me generally. So short time view, what I'm looking at on EU is this zone. And why am I interested in this zone? Look at this order block. It's like a fresh, unmitigated order block from the high to the low of the order block. Can you see? Nothing. Then, so let me delete it now. So what I'm expecting now here is, we might go back up. It's possible. It's possible we go back towards to 50% or to premium. You get. So this is 50%. And even if they will use 50% or 61%, they will take this away. They will take this, take this, then back. That's the best way I would like the Euro USD to play out. And I'll be very, very excited and if this actually happen. But if it does not, maybe they might just have some reaction or fear. Definitely, they have some reaction or fear that push price back to around here, then can drop lower. Then taking all of this high will be later on after sweeping sell side liquidity. Do you understand? So we are not the one that actually control the bank, the market. The bank does. Smart money does. So they move the market the way they want to. So you can't predict for them that this is what you want them to do. And that is why you personally you can't trade the way they trade because you can't say you want to sell at a particular high. You are not smart money. So you give them the chance to show you their way. You might be anticipating that okay, market will get to a particular high and you look for sales. Do you understand? Fine, that is like a POI. There's something you people or people actually mix up. There's difference between POI and your entry point. If I choose just the way I choose this this bullish order block, to me it's a POI. To some other people it's an entry point. Why is it a POI to me? Me, I want to see institutional sponsorship. What do I mean by that? I want to confirm, I want to see a sign that okay, they are pushing market away from this bullish order block. That is, they will sponsor, they want to or willing to sponsor that bullish order block. So it's more or less like a POI for someone like me. That's point of interest. But for some people, they will put their entry there and put their stop loss. But not for someone like me. So what am I saying in essence is that this low has been taken out with this same candle, right? And this same candle that took this is the same thing that was broke market structure, short time market structure, right? So what I feel now is this still candle have a lot inside. So what I'll be expecting during the week is I want to see how this candle will react to this what to this drop. So if truly markets will obey this, that means on Monday you might see a sell off to this point. Then Tuesday we form what maybe the low of the week. You can see an expansion to the upside because now we're in discount. You're not supposed to be looking for sales. Even if you look for sales, you will wait for market to violate this. The market take market back to what to premium before you look for possible sell. That is actually the best way to trade. You can't have a price action at this point, this discount price, then you're looking to what to sell. No, no, you sell high and buy low. So me considering this impulse, then looking at this fresh order block that has never been tested, and this is a daily order block, and this same order block is the order block that took this low. This is a long time low generally, so this is March low 2021. You can see March, and we are in what now? September. So, and this happened in August. So we are now in September. So if we are going up, that means we should see price action here. So what do I want to see here? What I expect here now is I want to see uh market get here, smaller time frame, accumulate, something like this. We have market take a bit low and stuff like this. You can move higher and lower time frame. Yeah, this is what I actually want to see this other block. So by the time I start seeing this on lower time frame, 1 hour or 4 hour or 15 minutes, then I will know. I'll use my concept of liquidity to enter. Even while this is my PUI, I'll still be looking for markets to create liquidity zones and takes the uh, first buyers out, then have a break in market structure, then retracement back to what 50% equilibrium or discount price, then I can look to buy. Do you understand? My TP will be this other block first. Then if price action is still going higher, then you can look all of this high. It depends on how they want to move the price. You can't control them. So if this doesn't happen like this is the best way I actually want, because I want market to push up. Then I think market should push up with this other block. But the confirmation is what smaller time frame was accumulation. The market push higher. And if it doesn't happen like that, if market takes this low and doesn't get to all of these lows, then I'll look for markets will retrace back up towards the 50% of the new impulse before the retracement and the discount or premium of it. Then I'll look for possible sales, back towards take all of this low and maybe to this long time. This is 2020 price action and take all of this. Do you get? So but my best scenario, what I actually want to happen is what is market to give me an accumulation here, then expand to take all of this high. Then by then you have a new high here, then you can anticipate a lower low. Yes, that's the best thing I would ever like if you can deliver like that for me. So let me take this up and check. I don't have anything to do with smaller time frame except I have my PUI on what on higher time frame. Yeah, so there's still possibility till Monday or till next week we know what to do. This is a breaker block, right? Yes, market might push and we have our accumulation here, you understand, and our um spring might form at exactly this point or this point. Then we see another one. The market keep taking highs, but then as soon as you are getting here, you should know when to get out because market might get in and push back to somewhere here, then break this low. It depends on how they want to take it. So good. So good to still look bearish to me. Good still look bearish to me. Okay, let me choose another book. I say USD. Businessforex.com. Which book can I use? Okay, that's good. If you look at this, you can see that gold is actually bearish for now, right? Monthly time frame. Generally, gold is actually bullish. We know that. That's right. Gold is bullish. We know that. So on weekly time frame, you have this low. This low is becoming a liquidity to me. Hmm. So this low is becoming a liquidity to me. Then so and I would like them to take it out. Yes. Yeah. So there are equal lows. And when we are actually talking about equal lows, we are not basically saying equal lows have to be perfect. As long as the next low, more or less, like if people feel like equal low should be something like this, like just equal, like the first low should be equal to the second one. No, as long the first one is in close proximity with the other one, then see an equal low. For example, now this is an equal low. This is not equal to this, but this is what in close proximity with this, and this is actually a low too. It is not equal to this or this, but this is actually what in close proximity to this. So they are just what equal lows. And so gold, I think my price action on gold looks sweet here. If you check here, where do I have the entry on gold? Gold has been in the box. Okay, yes. Number first of all, if you look at, let me first tell you what's going on here. Let me use this phrase. This is a high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Then where is our lower low? You can see. So that's why I feel like we are still coming to this low. But before then, there's a price action here. Like this eye is way too obvious. It's way too what? Too obvious for me. Yeah. So even if you are going down, but I still expect them to come back and take this high. Yes, I still expect them to come and take this high. And not apart from that, they are building what liquidity on 50%. You know, so it should be from here to this low. No, what am I? No, let me take a while to read it to understand what I'm saying. Okay, okay. This is the high. This is the low. This is the low. This is the new high. Okay, so we're talking about this low. If we measure this from this to this point, we're 62%. Fine, but if we measure from here to this low, you can see this. This is a premium price, and this also is a premium price. So sorry, 4 hour time frame. So after this, we actually form equal highs with this previous one and this. So there's still possibility that market might want this high before it drops. At least we are not what in discount if we measure this and this. We are not in discount. So I'll just wait for Go to do what he wants to do, because after all of this we had what a distribution in the box. Now let's type yes. We had this and there was an entry on what lower time frame which I missed by big bets here, and time of day which was here. My entry was around because my entry was around this price at the body of this candle that takes this liquidity. If you see this candle, you can call it either a pink shadow block or a supply zone. This is the candle that will actually seek this liquidity. This buy side takes all of this high. So I put my limit at the entry at the body of this candle. So that's how I missed this entry. Because yeah, because I knew that if gold will sell, this is exactly what it will do after all of this consolidation or what distribution. So outside this range, we had what the point of interest which could deliver. So in the case whereby we are still going lower, then we should see a retracement back. Yeah, yes, I'd like to see it. So that's my view on gold. and then if it doesn't use this, it might just use the same candle here, this candle that seek liquidity here, it might just use here as what, as the next entry. By then we should be in what, that year or year. Do you get now? By then we are already in what, in premium. So I only sell highs and buy what, low. So that is what I have for good. I think that is what I have for the week. We sell down to this low, to take this low. Exactly. So you just, it's better to just wait for God to do what He wants to do. But the best trade is Eagle Jersey, which I've given you. So that is all I have for today. And this week I also released a video on how to what, select the best point of interest, or I should make a video on how to identify an order block that is what, that will give you high percentage of what, win rate, more or less like high probability order blocks. So what I want you to do is comment in the session, or drop your comments on this comment section below what you want me to do the next video. Should I make a video on how to select order blocks, or how to pick out the best point of interest? As this always, my name remain LPT, and my Instagram name is I am LPT I underscore LPT I underscore am underscore LPT. So I'll see you guys again this week on this, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope I'm able to deliver what you find interesting. Alright, wishing you a profitable week ahead. Goodbye. See you again this week.